The quiet fatigue that settles in by mid-afternoon, that feeling of being just a little bit off, is something many of us begin to accept as a normal part of aging. But much of what we dismiss as inevitable is actually a sign from one of the body's most hardworking and often overlooked organs. Our liver performs over 500 vital functions, from processing nutrients to clearing medications from our system. The modern world, however, has placed an unprecedented burden on it. We're going to look at how this happens, and more importantly, we'll explore 5 powerful, science-backed lifestyle changes you can make to support your liver's natural ability to keep you healthy and energized. This isn't about expensive cleanses or extreme diets. It's about understanding your body and giving it exactly what it needs to thrive. Stay with me, because we'll uncover how one of the biggest threats to your liver might not be fat or alcohol, but something hiding in plain sight in your pantry. Hello, and welcome. I'm Dr. Daniel Bennett. For years, I've focused on helping people navigate their health after 60 with clear, science-based information. Our goal here is to build a community grounded in understanding our bodies, not fearing them. If you believe in making small, steady changes for lasting health, consider joining us by subscribing. We share practical advice like this every week, and we'd be honored to have you with us on this journey. Let's begin with the single most impactful change you can make for your liver health, and it centers on something we consume every single day: sugar, but a very specific kind. We're talking about refined carbohydrates, and, in particular, fructose. For decades, dietary fat was labeled the primary villain. While certain fats do matter, a growing body of research now points to excess sugar as a far greater driver of liver stress, contributing to a silent epidemic called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, or NAFLD. This is a condition where excess fat builds up in liver cells, and it now affects nearly 1 in 3 adults. Over time, this can lead to inflammation and scarring, impairing the liver's function. Here's the simple science of why this happens. Most cells in your body can use glucose, the sugar from starches, for energy. But fructose, the type of sugar found in high fructose corn syrup, table sugar, and even in high concentrations in fruit juices and sweetened yogurts, is different. Your liver is the primary place in the body that can process fructose in large amounts. Think of your liver as a busy processing plant. When a flood of fructose arrives from a soda or a pastry, the plant gets overwhelmed. It can't use it all for immediate energy, so it does the only thing it can. It converts the excess fructose into fat droplets. This process is called de novo lipogenesis, which is just a fancy term for making new fat. These tiny fat droplets get stored right there, inside the liver cells. A little bit isn't a problem, but a constant daily flood leads to a fatty liver. This isn't just about weight gain. It's about internal organ health. This fat buildup creates a low-grade inflammatory environment, making the liver work even harder to do its hundreds of other jobs. So, the solution is to consciously reduce your intake of refined sugars and carbohydrates. This doesn't mean you can never have a treat again. It's about shifting the balance. Start by reading labels. You'll be amazed where high fructose corn syrup and other added sugars are hiding. In bread, salad dressings, pasta sauces, and so-called healthy cereals. The goal is to limit added sugars to less than 25 grams, or about 6 teaspoons, per day. A single 12-ounce can of soda can contain nearly 40 grams, blowing past that daily limit in one go. Instead of sugary drinks, try sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon or a few crushed berries. Swap out white bread, white rice, and sugary breakfast cereals for their whole grain counterparts like 100% whole wheat bread, brown rice, or plain oatmeal. When you crave something sweet, reach for a whole piece of fruit, like an apple or a handful of blueberries. The fiber in whole fruit slows down the absorption of its natural sugar, preventing that overwhelming flood to your liver. This one change can dramatically reduce the fat-producing burden on your liver, allowing it to focus on its more important detoxifying and metabolic roles. As always, if you have diabetes or are managing your blood sugar, discuss any significant dietary shifts with your doctor or a registered dietitian. You may notice within a few weeks that you have more stable energy throughout the day without those afternoon slumps. Now, this brings us to a common myth that needs to be addressed. You've likely seen ads for liver cleanses or detox teas, promising to flush out toxins and reset your system. The truth is, your liver doesn't need a special tea or supplement to do its job. It is the cleanse. It has a sophisticated, built-in, two-phase detoxification system that works 24/7. Our role isn't to force it into overdrive with some unproven herbal mix, but simply to stop overloading it. By reducing the burden from things like excess sugar, we free up its resources to do what it does best. From sugar, we can smoothly transition to the second lifestyle change, moderating alcohol intake. This may seem obvious, but it's crucial to understand. Why? Alcohol is so uniquely challenging for the liver. When you drink alcohol, your body recognizes it as a toxin. Because it's a poison, your liver drops everything else it's doing, processing fats, regulating blood sugar, clearing out other waste products, to focus exclusively on metabolizing that alcohol. It becomes the priority number one customer at the processing plant. This constant prioritization can disrupt the liver's normal workflow. The process of breaking down alcohol also generates harmful byproducts, including compounds called acetaldehyde and reactive oxygen species, which can damage liver cells and promote inflammation and scarring. For older adults, this is particularly important. As we age, our body composition changes. We tend to have less body water, so alcohol becomes more concentrated in our system. Our metabolism also slows, meaning alcohol and its toxic byproducts linger in our bodies for longer, giving them more time to do damage. The official recommendation from the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism for healthy adults over 65 is no more than one standard drink per day for both men and women, and no more than 7 drinks per week. A standard drink is defined as 12 ounces of regular beer, 5 ounces of wine, or 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. It's easy to pour more than 5 ounces of wine into a large glass at home, so being mindful of portion sizes is key. This isn't about complete prohibition for everyone, but about honest moderation. If you enjoy a glass of wine with dinner, savor it, but be aware of the cumulative effect of daily drinking. Reducing your intake gives your liver a much-needed break, allowing it to catch up on its other 500-plus tasks. This can lead to better sleep, improved mental clarity, and a stronger immune system, as the liver plays a key role in all of these functions. Our third point connects directly to the first two and is fundamental to overall health, maintaining a healthy body weight. The connection between excess weight and liver health is profound, especially when it comes to visceral fat. This is the deep abdominal fat that surrounds your organs, as opposed to the subcutaneous fat you can pinch under your skin. Visceral fat is not just idle storage. It's a metabolically active organ in its own right, and it continuously releases inflammatory signals and fatty acids directly into the liver through a major blood vessel called the portal vein. This creates a constant state of low-grade inflammation in the liver, contributing directly to insulin resistance and the progression of fatty liver disease. Insulin resistance is a state where your body's cells don't respond properly to the hormone insulin, leading to higher blood sugar levels and, you guessed it, more fat storage in the liver. It's a vicious cycle. Losing even a small amount of body weight can have a disproportionately large positive effect on liver health. Studies have shown that a loss of just 5% of your body weight can significantly reduce liver fat and inflammation. For a 200-pound person, that's just 10 pounds. A 7 to 10% weight loss can actually reverse some of the existing liver damage in many cases of an AFLD. The goal here is slow, sustainable progress, not a crash diet, which can actually shock the liver. Focus on a balanced approach. incorporating the sugar reduction we already discussed, prioritizing whole foods, and engaging in regular, gentle movement. Walking is one of the most accessible and effective forms of exercise. Aiming for 150 minutes of moderate intensity activity, like a brisk walk, per week is a great target. That's just over 20 minutes a day. This not only burns calories, but also improves your body's sensitivity to insulin, directly combating the root cause of fat accumulation in the liver. A simple way to track your progress, aside from the scale, is to measure your waist circumference. For men, a waistline over 40 inches, and for women, over 35 inches, can indicate a higher level of visceral fat. Reducing this measurement is a fantastic indicator that you're lowering your liver-related health risks. If this explanation is clearing things up for you, a quick tap on the subscribe button ensures you won't miss our next video on common blood pressure myths. Now that we've covered what to reduce, let's talk about what to add. Our fourth change is to actively incorporate more cruciferous vegetables into your diet. This family of vegetables includes broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale, cabbage, and bok choy. They are nutritional powerhouses, but they contain specific compounds that are exceptionally beneficial for the liver's detoxification pathways. The key players are compounds called glucosinolates. When you chop or chew these vegetables, an enzyme reaction converts glucosinolates into bioactive compounds, the most studied of which is sulforaphane. Sulforaphane works by activating a specific protein in your body that acts like a master regulator of your antioxidant and detoxification systems. It essentially flips the switch that tells your liver cells to produce more of their own protective enzymes. These are the very enzymes involved in phase 2 detoxification, the critical step where the liver neutralizes harmful toxins and prepares them for elimination from the body. Think of it like this. Phase 1 detox breaks down a large toxin into smaller, sometimes even more reactive, pieces. Phase 2 then swoops in to attach a tag to these pieces, making them water-soluble and harmless, so they can be easily flushed out by your kidneys or gut. Cruciferous vegetables help ensure that Phase 2 is running at full capacity, preventing a bottleneck of those reactive intermediate compounds. The goal is to aim for at least one serving of these vegetables each day. A serving is about 1 cup, cooked or raw. To maximize the benefits, how you prepare them matters. Lightly steaming or stir-frying is better than boiling, as prolonged high heat can deactivate the enzyme needed to produce sulforaphane. A great tip is to chop your broccoli or kale and let it sit for about 30 to 40 minutes before cooking. This gives the enzyme time to work its magic. You can easily add them to your meals. Toss steamed broccoli into a pasta dish, add a handful of kale to your soup, or roast some Brussels sprouts with a little olive oil and garlic. For those on a budget, cabbage is an incredibly affordable and versatile option. Adding these foods provides your liver with the raw materials it needs to perform its cleanup duties efficiently. The tangible benefit here is a more resilient system, better able to handle the everyday exposures to environmental and metabolic waste. Our fifth and final lifestyle change might come as a surprise, as it involves a beverage often viewed with suspicion: coffee. Over the past 2 decades, a remarkable amount of research has emerged suggesting that regular coffee consumption has a significant protective effect on the liver. Large population studies have consistently linked drinking coffee with lower risks of developing a range of liver conditions, including fatty liver disease, fibrosis, the first stage of scarring, cirrhosis, advanced scarring, and even liver cancer. What's more, in people who already have some form of liver disease, coffee appears to slow the progression of the condition. The science behind this is multifaceted. First, coffee is rich in powerful antioxidants, like polyphenol, which help combat the oxidative stress and inflammation that drive liver damage. Remember those harmful byproducts from alcohol and sugar metabolism? The antioxidants in coffee help to neutralize them. Second, specific compounds in coffee appear to have a direct antifibrotic effect, meaning they can help slow down the development of scar tissue in the liver. Some studies suggest that caffeine itself plays a role, while others indicate that other compounds are just as, if not more, important. In fact, some research has shown that decaffeinated coffee can also offer liver benefits, which is great news for those who are sensitive to caffeine. The data points toward a benefit from drinking around 2 to 3 cups of regular, black coffee per day. It's important how you take it. Adding lots of sugar, cream, or sugary syrups can negate the benefits by reintroducing the very things that burden the liver. If you don't like it black, try a small splash of milk or a sprinkle of cinnamon. If you're not a coffee drinker, some studies suggest that green tea may offer similar, though perhaps less pronounced, benefits due to its own unique set of antioxidants called catechins. As a safety note, if you have high blood pressure, an anxiety disorder, or trouble with sleep, you should speak with your doctor about how much caffeine is safe for you. But for many, a morning cup of coffee is more than just a ritual. It's a simple, enjoyable habit that actively supports the health of this vital organ. So there we have it. 5 actionable, evidence-based ways to unburden your liver. It's not about a quick fix, but about a series of gentle, consistent choices that, over time, create a profound positive impact. By reducing the load from sugar and alcohol, managing your weight, and strategically adding in liver-supportive foods like broccoli and coffee, you are actively helping your body's own incredible detoxification system to function at its best. Your health is not a matter of luck. It's a reflection of the small, daily decisions you make. Every time you choose a glass of water over a soda, or add a side of steamed kale to your dinner, you are making a powerful investment in your long-term vitality. Be patient and kind with yourself. Progress is what matters, not perfection. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Which one of these 5 changes feels the most manageable for you to start with this week? Sharing your first step can inspire someone else to take theirs. If you found this guide helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with a friend. Our mission is to bring calm, clear health information to everyone navigating their health in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. Thank you for taking this time for your health today. Be well.